Well, folks, this is Fred Duff from all the way from North Carolina, formerly Richmond, Virginia. I'm excited about tonight's Zoom. Let me tell you, the moment I heard this young lady, you're going to get to hear all about her in just a few moments, that she was going to be on, that actually caused me to tear up a little bit because it reminded me of my mother's own story in some ways. This girl is unbelievable. Y'all just hold on. Now, listen, I pre-warned you. I'm not responsible. When you come flying out of your seat and you hit your ceiling in your house, it's not my fault. I put your seatbelts on because it's going to be a ride tonight. But it would be a great ride if I didn't have my two co-hosts tonight, Jerry and Allison. So they're going to run this show for us. They're going to do a great job. I'm so excited working with them. Let me tell you something about them real quick. They're sought after, they're loved, and they're liked. You know why? Because they love helping people and they love having fun. And at the end of the day, they love making some money too and helping people make money. And help me tell you, that's what I call a great leader. Allison and Jerry, it's all yours. Take it.
Well, thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
It's always so much fun to hang out with you tonight on Monday nights.
Yes.
So everybody, let's get this started because I know we'll be here all night. I want y'all to learn some stuff. But the name of the company that we represent is called Partner Co. And it's a combination of about 14 different companies that all kind of came together. And it's really interesting how the partner part of it came to be. But we literally become partners with each other. And that's what we want everybody to I got a lot of stuff going on screen. Sorry about that. We want everybody to come and be a partner with us.
I didn't do that.
I don't know what's going on. It's not working.
Uh-oh.
I think you have the bottom, Jerry. You gotta go all the way to the top.
Do what?
You at the last slide, you gotta go to the top slide.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's good to know. That's how it was sent. How about that? So we're a global company now. We're in 58 different countries around the world. So we really, we tell people really about this slide. You may not know somebody in another country, but you know somebody that knows somebody. So it's really cool how all that works. We have a bunch of businesses. So I've got a guy in China. I sent some product there not too long ago. So I'm really anxious to see how he likes it. So what makes us really unique, I think, in the world of health and wellness is that all of our products are really created by doctors, and run through the science gamut. I mean, so we're all backed by science. So our top doctor is Dr. Ray Strand. He's one of the top people in nutritional medicine right now. Really fascinating story. If you ever have time, I'd love to tell it to you. But he has gone through and dug out the old medical journals and found that nutritional medicine is out there. It's just not taught to our doctors these days. So what we do is we bring a bunch of products together to try to, that really help different things. And then the doctor's panel kind of goes through and makes sure all the ingredients are right. Then we give it to our R&D, which is research and development department and stuff like that. And they really source it to the highest quality products that you can find on the planet. And at the clinical dosing too. And that's really where we make a big difference. Is because we're not just fairy dusting it.
It's the real ingredient.
It's the real ingredient and the real amount. Okay. So it's really cool that way. But we have over 100 products, not just weight loss, which most people are into, but we do have a lot of supplements. We have the original superfoods. We have the Blue Frog energy drinks, which are awesome. So it's just a lot of different products, but our main one is this one right here, and you know more about it than anybody.
Well, this is the homeopathic body balancing drops, aka skinny drops, liquid discipline. I use them for my discipline because I have none. So, but basically they help you control your appetite, support your thyroid, hormone support, increase your energy, boost your mood, increase your metabolism. The first bottle is the Slender Eyes. And what I do is I put it under my tongue, about a 0.75 on the dropper, put it under your tongue for about 30 seconds, and then wait 10 minutes, come back and take your Accelerate, hold it for 30 seconds. That way it absorbs into your body. And you just feel better. You're not as hungry. You've got more energy. and you lose weight and you balance your hormones and you just feel better. And I know I feel 100 times better than I used to feel.
Absolutely.
And I'm nice to him now sometimes.
Most of the time. I'm nice back too. Sometimes. But just to throw in on these were created by a couple of endocrinologists out of California, and it was really to balance hormones, and that's what they were really all about. So they ran it through a clinical trial, but they didn't want to use harsh chemicals or pharmaceuticals. So they developed an all natural homeopathic approach, and they ran it through a clinical trial. University of Florida picked it up, and it was a very successful trial. But what they found at the end of the trial was the overwhelming side effect was weight loss. So our doctors added the accelerate there, which is Dr. Strand and his guys, because when you're not eating as much, and today's food supply, it doesn't have the nutrients that it used to have. So you really need that B12.
You do.
So that kind of helps you
And
get
it's
past
got
the
the
whole.
ashwagandha, the rhodiola, the rose hips,
It really suppresses cortisol and makes you feel just a whole lot better. It's really the real deal, y'all. And it comes with this.
and so this is the approved food list. And if you're not eating from this food list, this is what you really need to be. Now, I used to want to go through McDonald's, Burger King, eat all the bad stuff. But now that I do this, we actually shop the grocery store and we shop the fresh foods and vegetables. We stay away from the box and the bag stuff, stay away from the dairy, and really stay away from the sugar and artificial sweeteners. So you can really make a good meal with this food. This is what God intended for us to eat. So,
Yeah. You know, we showed this to a girl the other day, and she was like looking at it. She goes, "Wow, this is like real food at like a real store." And I'm like, "Yeah." So, that's all you really got to do is just do the real food.
and if this intimidates you, like it does some people, we've got great cookbooks, and they're in the boards app, and you all have access to them. If you don't, we'll make sure that you do get access. But you can make really good food with the real food.
Absolutely. And it's fun to do. But so our guest speaker tonight is on tonight, and we wanted to bring her up and let her tell her transformation. She's had a great one. We've known her now for what, a year and a half, 2 years nearly?
A year. It's been a little over a year.
Yeah. So just an amazing person, but we'd like to ask her to come up and just tell her story.
Welcome, Ursula.
Hey, Allison and Jerry. Thank you guys for having me. Okay, so I am Ursula. I am from Chipley, Florida, and I'm a homeschool mom of 6. I have homeschooled the last 4 years, and I I did lose myself. I wasn't in a good place mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, all of the things. And I was just I don't know, I needed something. So I saw a friend of mine posting on social media, like we all do. And as I was dropping my 4-year-old off at pre-K4 at the time, she was telling me a little bit about it. And I was just like, I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't even know if it'll work, because I've tried so many other things. So I went home because I've been praying about it, pray about everything. And I just asked God, if this is for me, just let me know. And I just kind of had a peace after I did that. And I was like, okay. So I saw her again, dropping my child off at school again. And she was just like, just do it. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it. So I ended up joining the company before starting the products. And I just started sharing. I started out at 196, 43-inch waist, size 14, on all type of different medications for anxiety, depression, sleep, pain, all of the things. I just knew if I didn't do something about it, it was not going to lead me down a good path. So, and I just felt like I was present with my kids, but I didn't feel like I was present in their life like I should have been. Which breaks my heart, but it was hard. And I started taking my drops, and within the first week I lost 7 to 8 pounds. And so I was like, okay, this might work for me. I'm getting somewhere. And then the next thing I noticed, my mood was better. Little things didn't bother me. I was more laid back. my husband was like, whatever you doing, just keep doing it, you know. So I continued on the drops. Now I am within 3 months, I came off of my medications. I haven't had them since. I am down to 153, size 8, 30-inch waist. I have more energy. I'm happier. Like people see me and they're like, whatever you're doing, keep doing it because you're smiling more. And I was like, I didn't realize I was that miserable. And then everything was just showing on my face. You know, we try to cover things up, you know, being parents because we don't want kids to see it, you know, they worry about us. And I didn't want them to feel like, okay, something's wrong with mommy. So I had to play cover up a lot and just holding things back. And like now I feel so much better. Like my body doesn't hurt. Um, I have less brain fog. I mean, being home with 6 kids, homeschooling, you know how stressful that can get. And it's crazy because nobody wants to sit and do schoolwork. So, but I don't know. It's just been so life changing for me, mentally, physically, emotionally, all the things. And it's just put me in a better place where like I loved myself then, but I love myself so much more now. So, and that's where I am on my journey right now.
That is so great, Ursula. Now, hey, Ursula, how old are your children?
Whew. I have 14, 13, 12, a soon to be 11, soon to be 9, and a 6-year-old.
And y'all are busy.
Wow.
Yes, we do everything. We're in travel softball, travel baseball, competitive cheer, competitive dance. We do basketball, we do football, we do gymnastics, we do all of the things.
So it's really hard to juggle all that with all the kids and having to provide food, how to eat. Because I know when you first started, you were having to eat at the ball field. And that was tough. That was tough on how to stay on a good, healthy plan.
Yes, that was very hard. So my husband, he's very helpful. Like he would start packaging up these little plastic containers from Walmart with fruit and little low carb wraps that I could eat, and just trying to make it a little bit easier for me because he saw how much it was helping me, and he wanted to help me just feel better, just support me in any way that he could. We do have a crazy schedule. We're always in our car. I just feel like driving Miss Daisy. But it's like we're always driving everywhere. But it's been mind blowing to say the least. God is just doing some amazing things, and sometimes it just overwhelms me with like so much gratitude and just grateful for everything that just for the products. I mean, for the people, for just everything that I have come in contact with since I started.
Well,
Awesome.
oh, that is so great. So we're gonna go through a few slides and then we're gonna come back and let us talk a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
This is Susan. She's 67, maybe 68 by now. This was taken about a year ago, and she's a businesswoman. She owns her own business in Oxford, Mississippi, where she runs a really cute boutique store called My Favorite Shoes. But she would call us and she'd be angry, like, I'm not losing any weight. And we finally said, Susan, she said, I'm following the food plan. I'm doing everything right. But I'm not losing any weight. So we said, okay, what are you eating? So she started telling us all this food that she was eating. And, it was, what was it, Jerry? Just
sugar-free.
It was all sugar-free.
She was reading the front of the label, not the back of the label. So as they say, they'll lie to you on the front, but they got to tell you the truth on the back. So,
well, she thought she was doing right by eating sugar-free. I mean, sugar-free.
Right. And I don't blame her. But when you turned it around, it was maltodextrins and sucroses and fructoses and all the things they try to trick you with.
So when she got on the right food, she started dropping the weight, and then she started feling so much better.
And the energy.
Yes.
She
already had a lot of energy, but she even had more. This is Jennifer. She's losing weight. You can see how much I think this was about a year ago. I think that's when I met her, and you can see transformation. She looks great. And this is Tanya. Jerry, you wanted to talk about Tanya.
I do. Look, when we were flipping through here, we were talking about that. She lost 6 pounds in 12 days, but it was for her, and I've heard her talk about how the inflammation just came out. But look at her face. Look how just so much smaller it got. Just
And that is in just 12 days.
yeah, less than 2 weeks. I mean,
Yeah.
how crazy is that?
And this is Brittany. She suffers from PCOS, and she was at her heaviest over here, close to 400 pounds. But the thing is, she was always small her whole life, and then she developed this PCOS, and so she gained like 80 pounds in 1 year. So we took her to see Kim Gray, where Kim, we had actually gotten her the drops and tried to get her to take them, but she refused to do it. And so
Yeah, well,
finally,
she's done everything. I mean, why would these little drops help her? You know,
she's tried everything.
the doctors couldn't help her. They tried. You know, she's done every prescription diet there was out there, but nothing really worked.
So she developed something called pseudotumor cerebri, which it was her brain thought it had a tumor. And I said, okay. And she was about to lose her eyesight. They thought she was going to have brain surgery. I'm like, Brittany, you've got to do something. And so she started this, and it's completely changed her life. She's down 106 pounds.
Yeah.
And here's her mom, who did the drops just to support her, and she lost 56 pounds.
I know. Selena, she kills me. She says, you know, because age sometimes and it sneaks up on you. She said, I really didn't realize I was that big, you know, until she started losing it. So isn't it crazy how that worked out?
Oh gosh.
Here's you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, most of y'all know my story. I was 190 pounds, 5'2", felt terrible, mean,
Mean.
on blood pressure medicine, thyroid medication, acid reflux, sleep apnea. What else, Jerry?
Oh yeah, you had that little machine.
Yeah. So needless to say, I didn't sleep well. But anyway, I got on the drops, and I lost 45 pounds. And this has been a year ago. And I'm off all my medications, and I have not gained any weight back. Normally when I lose weight, it's up and down, up and down. But no, it's just been steady. And here's Jerry. Now, he didn't think he needed to lose any weight, but anyway.
I do now. Obviously, after I've seen these pictures, but I still got about 5-7 pounds to lose. I really do.
But he's the cook. He's Ursula. He's like Jason. He does all the cook. He does all the cooking because I don't cook. And so he was determined to help me. And so we ate from the approved food list. We shopped the right groceries, and
Makes a difference, guys.
So he does the drops as well.
Absolutely. And I like to tell everybody right here, y'all. Now, in the pink, she's smiling for the camera, and she's got a beautiful smile, always had. But on the right there, she's smiling because she's happy. It's totally a different world. So here's Michael.
Yeah, it's not just for women. You can see men have hormones too. And here Michael is down. Here's Ashley. She's suffered from night sweats, hot flashes. Oh, and I did too. I forgot to mention that I did that too. But anyway, she suffered from night sweats and terrible hot flashes. And so she got on the drops. She didn't need to lose much weight. But anyway, her husband, he just kind of laughed at her, thought it was a scam. And so he said, well, I'm going to take the drops just to prove you wrong. So he ended up losing, I think he's lost about 65 pounds now.
Wow. I didn't realize he's a big boy there. Hey, so Randy is a pastor in Huntsville, Florence, Alabama, about an hour from us, not far. But he had really had an affinity for ice cream, and it was causing some health problems. So when he found our product and got on the drops, y'all, he was losing 2 pounds a day for the first 30 days. Crazy amount of weight loss. And, you know, people would say, are you starving yourself? Well, if you're talking about eating steak and chicken and fish and all of the stuff, he said, no, I'm not starving myself at all. So, Chris?
She's down 26 pounds. And this is Dr. Crystal. She runs the Circle of Health. Everybody knows Dr. Crystal, but she had an autoimmune disease where she could not lose the weight. And so the doctors pumped her up with steroids and all kinds of stuff. And so she just ballooned up. So she decided to take it into her own hands, and her weight into her own hands. And now she has done it the right way, and she has lost more than she actually weighs.
So that's really amazing. And that was what?
4, maybe 5 years ago. And she has not gained any weight back.
Amazing lady, y'all. Kim, y'all, this is the first person. When we went to the first event we went to, we stood in line and we were standing beside this lady. Allison, she just struck up conversation. Turns out Kim Gray. And she was telling us all the stuff that was going through her transformation. So a lot of our success was really due to her, because when we left out of there, we like, this is us for real. But she has muscular dystrophy, so she can't exercise. She can't do the things that we all get to do. So she was very limited in what she could do, but these work for her too. It's amazing. They work for everybody. If you follow the list, they work.
This is AJ. He's a coach. He's lost over 100 pounds. Tamika, she's lost 35 pounds. This is Sharon. She didn't need to lose much weight, but she feels a whole lot better.
And she is on fire, y'all. She, after this, and this the way she felt, she just can't help but share it with everybody that she comes in contact with. She works at a doctor's office, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you can see it's just not for heavy people. Small people use it too. They want to balance their hormones. They still have that hormonal imbalance. Talia, her hot flashes are gone. She feels better. And here we are with some more men. They're losing weight.
I know it's not fair, because men can drop it so much faster. We don't make the rules. We just have to live by them. So how do we do all this? Y'all, the business side of this is also part of it. I'm not going to sugarcoat and say it's not, but for $29.95,
One time.
I mean, if you buy your business, we've got what, 4 or 5 businesses? Do we have any except this one for $29.95?
Absolutely not.
I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands
right.
of dollars, y'all. We've got one market, we spent $30,000 just to crank up, and it took us 2 years, to make some of that money back. So this right here, I mean, you can start from the ground up, but if we're here to meet you with whatever you want, whether it's a business or just the discount. We're here for that too.
That's right.
So, but for $29.95, you get your own website where you can refer people, because what'll happen is these products, yes, they're that good, and you will start to share. You just can't help it. And you're going to have friends, you're going to have family. What are you doing? I want to know. And then you have to tell them. So then they can go to your website and they can buy it. It comes with a back office that keeps track of everything that you do. It comes with a share app. So we'll say, well, what about this? Or what about that? You got an app for that. Boom, you just share it. Click a couple buttons and they got it. Business rewards. We've done a little business rewards. Took a little trip last year, had a great time.
We did.
Marketing tools that are coming out, y'all. We just hired a few months back one of the best marketing guys in the world, and he's really coming out with a lot of great stuff. So virtual trainings, and it's not just this business, but if you can learn this business, you can learn all. I mean, it helps your other businesses too.
And so with this website, you get access with the $29.95. You get access to all our products, and we have over 100.
Yeah, at the discount.
At the discount.
Yeah, or wholesale, like this right here, y'all. This is what's crazy. You can buy a 4-pack for $371. Get the price down to $92 a box. That's a 47% discount, because they're going to sell for $176 in Mississippi, which is where we are. Okay, it's $102.50 to the door. Okay, now some states got 10%. I know Alabama, it's going to be a little bit more. Tennessee, a little bit more. But some states are cheaper, some are not. But it's still, this is a great way to do it. And if you're serious about it, then we got another pack if you want to get them even cheaper. So if you buy a 10-pack, and today we were on with the girl. Was she in California? Anyway, she got on the drops a couple weeks, feeling fantastic. She's like, oh my gosh. So she buys 3 10-packs, y'all. She said, I can move these. So she buys 3 10-packs, gets herself all the way up to ultimate, and boom, she's off and running. She's got the top business, the top pay. I mean, really, why get paid half price for a full day's work? Get the top pay. So what are we going to do then?
We're going to launch our business.
That's right.
We're going to download the boards.
The boards. Everybody loves the boards. You use the boards?
I use the boards.
Everybody. If you got a question, it's in the boards. But no, it's a third-party app that we'll send you an app. We'll send you a link. Okay, so you download this, do a little email, subscribe, whatever. You can access it online, on a computer, on your phone, iPads, whatever. But it's really a great tool. And then we supply the content.
And so then you just share your journey. You can share it. We've got before and after pics that you can send out. You send out text, send out, what do you call those?
Your questions and answers, FAQs. But I'll tell you, your journey is the most important journey, right? But a lot of people are like, wow, this is so amazing, but I've only lost a few pounds. I don't really have a big story yet. So we've got plenty of big stories in there that you can start with and sell it. And you take those boards and you turn it into profit.
That's right.
Drops into profits big time. And we've had so many do it here. It's just phenomenal how it's worked. So we do have the #1 compensation plan. So several months ago, it was voted on by businessfromhome.net. But I mean, out of 10,000 companies, we have probably the best plan. And I'll tell you, when you look at the plan, a lot of people want to glaze over, and I just tell everybody, do not worry about it. Just know that it's the #1 plan out there, and it works.
And you
great.
can get paid 9 different ways.
A whole bunch of different ways.
That's right.
But the biggest thing is you get paid. I mean, people have gotten paid that they're like, I didn't really do anything. Well, you sold a box of drops, and you got paid. So there you go. It's just buying and selling. And then we like to sign you up on a subscribing site. We've got one.
We do.
If you want
I'm thankful for it.
Yes. If you want to get paid, you got to have a subscribing site. But what I really like about that is there's been so many times when we forgot to have our product, we're running out, running low.
Yeah.
And we're like, what are we going to do? And then, doorbell rings, FedEx, dropping off another box, harder ships, saved by the bell. And then another cool feature is that as you go along and start selling product like we have, then the company will take a portion and they'll match that, and they put it in a special account called a savings bonus account. When it hits 10,000, they like to cut you a big check, and we're looking forward to that so much. But it's really amazing how they pay. So this is a for real business, does for real things. There's a lot of other stuff that you get to do, trips. Like
this was the global trip to Tahiti. It looked like a trip of a lifetime. And you can see a lot of our people are there, and they just couldn't say enough about it. And then there's another trip that we actually got to go on. It was to the Bahamas at the Baha Mar, and it was the most beautiful hotel I'd ever stayed in. Lots of water parks, pools. And then you got to be with your people, with your like-minded people. It was a great, great trip. So next time I will take my team with me.
Yeah. And it's kind of like going, it's kind of like taking your family, but they all got their own room. So it's really cool.
So now we're going to bring Ursula back up. And again, like we said, for if some of you came on late, she is the mom of 6, ranging from 15 and to 9. Is that right, Ursula?
6.
14 to 6.
14 to 6. She is on the road, on the go all the time. She homeschools them all. They're each active in a different sport. So she's a busy mom. You don't get any busier than Ursula. So Ursula, tell us a little bit about your financial transformation.
Well, when I started, we had been praying for something for my husband because he was working a job where he was gone from at least 7 in the morning till about 8 or 9 at night. And being on one income with a family of 8, and you know how that goes, especially if they're in all type of sports. You don't have any extra. We never made it to the next paycheck. We helped my parents with their business, so they had to help us take care of a lot of things financially that we weren't able to. And I wasn't happy with that. We weren't able to put anything to the side, having to worry about gas money, making groceries stretch. It was just all of the things. And this business has lightened that load a little bit. And it's something that you have to work on and build up. But Christmas, like usually we have to borrow or take out loan or something for Christmas. And last year I didn't have to do that. I was able to pay for Christmas myself, and I didn't have to stress my husband about it. And we didn't need anybody to help us do it. So my income, I get to help take care of groceries, gas, if we have to go to the ball field, because it seems like we're traveling every other weekend, paying for hotels and gas and food. And entrances to the games, and it just added up, added up, added up. So, a lot of times we were worried about, are we gonna have enough money to get there? We're gonna have enough money to pay for the hotel. Like those are some of the most stressful times, but not, but keeping it where your kids not, don't have to realize what's going on. So financially, a blessing. I mean, I can't make any income claims, but I'm a nurse by trade, but I put that on the back burner to come home and homeschool my children, and I'm making pretty good each week, now, and able to put a little bit to the side and still make it to the next week and still have some left over. So it has truly changed my life. It has changed just the stress, the anxiety of not knowing, if we were going to have enough. I mean, I don't want my kids to ever go without. I don't want them to have to worry about, is mama going to have enough money to pay for this? Or maybe I shouldn't ask mommy for that because maybe we don't have it. I don't want them to ever have to worry about that. So financially a blessing.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, too, to go along with that, I didn't say it when we were coming up, but about 3 years ago when we got into this, that my job went away. So I tell people, and you said it a minute ago about how it's work. It's not a get rich quick. It's not something you can just sign, pay $29 and start getting paid. No, you got to work it. I mean, it's a job, and I tell everybody, don't think it's that. I mean, but if you're willing to put out the work and to do what you got to do, then you can reap the rewards. And it takes time. You know that too. I mean, it didn't just come, right off the bat. It really does. It
And
takes,
this girl's busy.
I know. I don't know how she does
Yeah.
it. Kudos.
I don't know. I work it everywhere. Like I tell everyone, do it scared. You never know where it's going to take you. You never know whose life you're going to impact. Because if she hadn't talked to me, I would not be here today. And being surrounded by people that encourage, people that speak life into you. There's times where I wanted to give up when I first started. I mean, it's hard, but there's power in the tongue. So you have to speak life. You have to speak positivity. You have to speak it for God to bring it to existence. Like you can't just be like, I don't know, I can't do this. It's too hard, or I'm not seeing anything financially right now. It takes time. You put in your waiting period, you put in the work, waiting on your blessing from Him. And that's what I do. I pray over my business every day. I give it to Him and I ask Him to guide me to those people that He needs me to speak life into. Whoever He needs me to speak to, lay my name upon their hearts. Give me the words to say. I just want to be a blessing to others. And that's why I do what I do.
Awesome. Thank you, Ursula, so much.
Fred, you got any questions for Ursula?
Yeah, I want to ask one question. First of all, I'm always impressed with you. You're humble about what you've done. And, she makes it sound a little smaller, but she's building a big business, ladies and gentlemen, from a very part-time basis. She doesn't go out to do the business. She just does the business when she's out. That's just make sure she tells everybody she's in business. Let me ask you a question. There's probably tonight some folks on this Zoom, and I'm speaking to the women particularly. And listen, I was a single dad, so could be a single dad. That ends are just not meeting, and you've been crying, you've been begging, and you're trying to figure. What would you say to that person right now that is struggling, facing tomorrow with the pressure that's on them financially right now? What would you say to them right this minute?
They're not the only ones. They're not the only ones. God sees them. God hears them. Just to stay positive. I mean, we can talk so much negativity to ourselves and just beat ourselves down, but God loves you. I mean, he loves you, and there's so much that he would love for you to have, but it's going to take work, and you've got to give it to him. So
Amen.
just being, it's so hard to explain, but just,
It's a step of faith.
I get that it is a step of faith, but I feel more rewarded when I get to speak life into people. You know, I kind of take all the whatever I have going on, I try to just put it on the back burner, and I try to put my focus on someone else, praying with them, speaking with them, and then it seems to lift whatever I'm going through. It lifts that off of me now that I've put my focus on someone else.
Good wisdom there. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Listen, someone invited you here tonight to hear this young lady who we're so very proud of. We're very thankful that you joined us tonight, Ursuala. Also want to thank Jerry and Allison for being here tonight. But listen, get back with the person who invited you tonight. They thought enough of you. They loved you enough to invite you. Just let them know where you stand. $29.95, let's be real. Could it change your life? Absolutely. It changed her life. It changed my life. It changed our co-host's life. And thousands around the globe, it's changed their life. So reach back out to the person who invited you. Thank them, if nothing else, because they did care enough. God bless you. We'll see you next week. Good night,
everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ursula.
No, thank you so much for having me.